Good
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good people.
morning.
Views, number 22, live on the scene. We here, we here, we here.
Yes, sir.
We have a very, very nice show planned for you guys this morning. Mhm.
Okay.
Gotcha. I thought I had something over my ear. Hmm.
You did. I don't know.
I don't know what it is.
But yeah,
It's crazy. I don't know what that is. It's a rabbit.
it's something. I don't know.
Oh man. All right. As I fix this, how you doing this morning, bro? How you doing?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Well, once we get this rabbit from over our, we good. First lady will be here at some point. Without further ado, let's get right to it, man. Let's get right to it. Week 6. We already got pretty much, let's say, the first 5 weeks out of the way. First 5 weeks out of the way. We are a quarter of the way through the season, a little bit more, maybe. What are some things that you would say that what's the one something that you're most surprised about?
Hmm. I'm more surprised about how some of these teams are playing, quarterback wise and defensive wise. Like for me, Mahomes is not having the best good year. And some of these defenses that you know have been like a top defense look bad, real bad. Um, that's it. It's just I'm super surprised by that.
What is your favorite success story so far this year?
Hmm. I don't think I have one yet. I don't have one
You don't have
yet. I
one
don't
yet?
have one yet.
Okay.
No, not yet. Not yet.
Here's my surprise so far. My surprise so far is the Washington Commanders, who we'll talk about today.
Hmm.
We didn't expect this team to gel the way that they have gelled so far.
Yeah.
They've done
Where
a
they score
really good
points.
job. They've done a really good job of gelling and things like that in general. So I'm really excited to see how we continue to see them progress as the year goes on. But more than anything, I mean, we're talking about a 4-1 team that leads the league in scoring with a rookie quarterback.
Right. Yeah,
We
I
didn't
didn't
think
expect
that
them to
the
score
offensive
like that.
line was quite where it needed to be, but their offensive line might be playing better than some of the people with the notable people.
No, for real. I thought that man was
So
going to be taking sacks daily.
I agree. So now we're in a situation where we have the feel good story will probably be the Washington Commanders. The biggest surprise is obviously the quarterback play and then the dip off in the quarterback play. I would say my biggest disappointment all around is I really think my biggest disappointment this year so far is just going to be the overall overreactions to a lot of the things that are going on in 5 weeks. It's really
Okay.
not anything I wasn't expecting already. I
Right.
expect the quarterback play to become a little bit more, a little worse. Not because of anything other than you got a generation of quarterbacks that retired over the last 5 to 6 years.
Good generation.
I mean, probably the best generation of quarterbacks ever.
Yeah, they gave us some good football for real.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, you lost Drew, you lost. Say what you want to say. You lost Drew, Phillip, Matt. Then you turn around after that, you lost Ben, Peyton, Brady. You lost. That's we just named 6 people who all threw for at least 30,000 yards
Hmm.
in their respective careers. So I'm really interested to see how that all transitions and translates from there. As we continue to build on what we have at the quarterback position now. So week 6, as we said,
Let's
what
get to it.
is what is your matchup of the week?
My matchup of the week is going to be the Commanders versus the Baltimore Ravens in Baltimore. I think that's going to be a high scoring game between two offenses. I feel like who's going to win this game is going to be whoever has the ball last, or whoever has the first turnover.
My favorite part about this game is that we have arguably a dude who is throwing the ball as a rookie. Um, at one of the highest clips that we've seen for a guy coming in from year one, especially from a guy being mobile like Jaden is.
Hmm.
Um, Former Heisman Trophy winner. So it's the tale of two Heisman Trophy winners. What I'm the most interested in here, more than anything else, is how is the offensive line going to play against that Baltimore front?
I think they're
Everything
going to
starts right
blitz
there.
him. I think they're going to blitz him a lot because they're going to try to not let him become out that pocket.
And ironically, Jaden is probably one of the 5 to 10 best quarterbacks in the league against the blitz,
Yeah,
which is something that's interesting. So something's going to have to give in this game. I think the magic number in this particular game is going to be um the magic number for this game for the Commanders is if you score 30 points, you're going to have a chance to win.
but you got to keep the Ravens below 25. Because
Well, the reason why I say that is the Ravens are a team notorious for scoring 27 or 28 points. They
right,
actually are probably, I think that's around where their average is, and I think that's Lamar's career average for the most part. For any offense that he's had, for the most part, they've averaged about 27 to 28 points a game. So if you score 30 points in the games where teams score 30 or more points, those are the games that you lose, that the Ravens notoriously lose majority of the time, unless
yeah,
you just dominate them on one side of the ball, which does not happen very often at all on Sundays. So we're talking about for this week, 30 points needs to be the goal. Put up as many points as you can because you're going to need to put them up. Because I'm going to tell you, I don't think they can stop Derrick Henry.
no, I don't think they can separate him either.
I think what you have to do is you have to really, really, really be good at situations against this team today. Situational football is going to be the key. How good are you in the situations? The third downs, the plays that ultimately matter the most. How are you going to take care of those things? And what I'm going to tell everybody, and I'm going to continue to tell everybody, anybody can be beat on any given Sunday.
Literally.
So we are not saying, oh man, they should kill them, they should do this, or this team should do this. This team, let's see what happens.
Yep.
Before we won't make picks yet. We're gonna wait because we're gonna let Tanya gonna come on as well and make some picks with us. My personal game of the week, um, I'm gonna actually roll with, which I think Tanya is gonna agree, is gonna be Detroit and the Cowboys. I think this matchup is really, really, really two people who their weaknesses is the other team's strength, and vice versa. Um, the Cowboys are in a situation where Detroit plays man coverage, and they play a lot of man coverage to the point where this is somewhere where CD Lamb excels when he gets one on one.
Right.
And then this goes back to last year as well. He's the best wide receiver in the game right now against man coverage. Um, I'm interested to see what they try to do to try to take him out of the game.
Uh,
So
yeah, that's going to be interesting. I think he's going to have at least a touchdown today.
I think this might be a game where we get a couple players or a couple of different skill positions that dominate, because I don't think that
It's in
that on the flip
Dallas or
side,
Detroit.
I think it's in Dallas.
Oh, it's in Dallas.
I think it's in Dallas.
Mm.
I don't think that Detroit necessarily needs to stop CeeDee Lamb. I think that the biggest thing that we got going on here is I think that the Dallas is not going to be able to stop Detroit's run game.
Yeah, no, that's so they're gonna have to score.
But this is
But
the type
Detroit
of
be
game
smart and
where,
run the ball like you supposed to on the Cowboys.
see, if we get what we're supposed to get and we get a game that's contested the way that it's supposed to be contested, we're talking about getting a game where we get a team that's going to be able to run the ball at will and be able to set up the play action and score whenever they want, opposed to the other team being in a situation where they may have to be forced to pass a little bit more because they're behind. If I'm Dallas, I'm taking the coin. I'm taking the coin flip. I'm putting the pressure on them from the beginning.
You gonna put your offense out there?
Put the offense out there because you need to start off. You got to start fast.
Absolutely.
So let's do some fantasy real quick. Here's the beautiful thing about fantasy this week. I think you got about 4 people who are guaranteed to score. We just named 2 of the games.
You
Two
might
games.
between those two games, you got more than four.
Well, I'm gonna only say the only person I'm guaranteeing to score in the Ravens game is Derrick Henry, because we don't know what they're gonna do otherwise. We don't know who they're gonna throw the ball to or be the focal point of the offense this week, considering
Right.
we still haven't seen Mark Andrews with a touchdown, which he might be somebody for y'all, for y'all gambling
I
people.
don't think they
Might not
like
be a
Mark
bad week.
Andrews anymore. They threw him away like Andy did Woody when Buzz Lightyear came.
Well, hey. But Derrick Henry would be my number one player that I would say is probably gonna score this week. So you might want to put him in your parlays. Besides him, I would also go ahead and I would say um David Montgomery and Jameer Gibbs. Either take both or take one. But a little fun fact: the Lions have this year with both of those running backs have scored at least 2 out of the 5 games that both of them have played,
Hmm.
and that's both of them have scored at least one touchdown. Um, let's see. Be on the lookout for Bucky Irvin today. There is no Rashad White. That means Bucky will get the majority of the carries and the majority of the looks. So really, really be on the lookout for him. I would tell you 40 yards and a touchdown does not sound bad on the parlay.
No.
And lastly, Saquon Barkley going up against Cleveland today. What I think more than anything else, even if it's not running the ball, they should be able to throw him the ball in the flats and he should be able to get some yards. It should be a game where he should be able to get some yards, get some points. He might score more than once because of the way Philly plays and the way the offensive line moves. So I think Saquon would be my other lock for a good game. Um, if you do the total yards, I would say 60 total yards and a touchdown is not a bad bet at all.
Nope.
Anything else you want to add?
As far as fantasy and parlays, let me think. No, I will bench a lot of defenses this week. A lot of them.
Give them two defenses to bench this week.
I'll bench the Ravens defense, Commanders defense, the Cowboys, the Lions. If you got the Cardinals defense, bench them. Yeah, the list goes on.
Okay. So now, first half report cards. We're gonna go through a couple of them real quick.
Let's see, let's
For
see.
the AFC North, we're gonna start the AFC North
Oh, why do you want to start with the AFC North? Okay, come
because
on.
these are the easiest grades to give, honestly. As a division, we're not gonna give it as individuals. As a division,
Oh, as a division. Oh, that's kind of okay.
as a division, I'm giving a C plus.
Okay.
A lot of underachieving, a lot of potential, but it hasn't correlated on the field.
Okay. I can see that.
Well, how about
I
you?
agree with you on that. C
Okay.
plus.
All right, so we'll go to the NFC North because we'll just go back and forth that way. NFC North, I'm going to give an A. All of these
Um,
teams have exceeded expectation.
Hold on. Who next? Okay. Um, yeah. The Bears,
The
the Vikings,
Bears,
the
the
Panthers,
Bears and the
the
Vikings have
Giants.
shown that they are formidable and that
Mm-hmm.
they will have some say in what goes on in the division. The Packers, they lost Jordan Love for a couple of weeks, so I can't give them a fair grade without their quarterback.
But they still
But
won
they
some
still
games
are
with him gone, though.
they're
Yeah.
still three and two. And then Detroit. Obviously,
Uh,
Detroit's had a loss or two, but Detroit is still a really, really good football team.
oh, definitely. And the Vikings. Who thought the Vikings would be 5-0?
The best team
With
in the division is a team that that didn't have a quarterback until about an hour before this game started. It feels like so. Hey, shows you what kind of world we live in, right? Crazy one.
right.
All right, NFC South.
They get a D.
I, I, you said what'd you say?
They get a D.
The NFC South. I mean, I was gonna say a C minus myself. Besides the Falcons, who haven't
Oh, I'm sorry.
underachieved.
Wait. NFC South. No, I'm gonna give him a D. I give him a C. C plus.
I give a
In my
C
mind,
minus.
I was thinking AFC South.
I got you. Um, C minus for me. I'm not thoroughly impressed with how the Saints have looked week to week. No consistency there. So that's a problem for me. My second thing is outside of the Falcons, none of these teams have looked like they matched up well with other teams on a consistent basis. The Bucks have, like the Bucks when they lost to the Falcons the other 2 weeks ago. The Bucks had a stretch there where they looked like they were going to be unbeatable, and they still were only up 2 scores. You
Yeah.
got to put teams away in this league, and that's something that the
It was coming
Buccaneers have
out.
to work on. I know injuries play a factor, but that's what we need to be working on for lack of better terms. We need to be working on putting teams away. And then the Panthers, I mean that
Just in the prayer. I don't know. Jesus. We doing
but
prayer.
whatever. Well, whatever.
They like the Titanic. They just keep on going down and down. I don't know.
AFC South.
D.
I'm not going to stray away from a D. I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know what we doing in the division.
I,
Levi Jeans has been terrible. Anthony Richardson needs to stop running and he needs to really stay in the pocket.
they play.
And then It's
The Jag
almost like
as we're talking about the AFC South, the Jaguars is now down 35-10. So
what are we doing with this $55 million man that we have as a quarterback that was a number one overall pick?
we said he
Because
should have.
everybody's so focused about Deshaun and everything like that and everything like that over in Cleveland. But I have not seen anybody calling for Trevor the same way that they're calling for Deshaun.
Um, yeah, I don't know why they gave him all that money. He should have been benched week two. Matt Jones should be starting today.
Well, we knew this already. We knew this already. So it is what it is. So now, as we transition over, real quick, just a shout out. Houston has had a couple head scratching moments themselves. So y'all not exempt from this criticism. But at least y'all have a quarterback that can right the ship whenever people are out of place.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so now we'll go to the AFC West.
Ooh, I say C plus going into like a B minus, like between those two.
C plus is fair.
They
Um,
tendering.
Chiefs haven't played their best football, and they're 5-0.
They haven't, but that defense.
Raiders are getting ready to get rid of their best two players, damn near.
Well, I don't know. They're talking
Um,
not happen now. They want to have straight, so we don't know now.
I don't know, man. This is weird. Then that's a situation that you don't want on that. You don't want that on your team. You just don't want that on your team. Chargers, they're leading the league in rushing, but the bottom of the league in passing. So when are we going to see the balance that we need to see? And that needs to be coming up soon. And besides that, the Broncos. I don't expect the Broncos to be good, but what I do expect is for them to type of build some type of consistency. And that's the one thing that I think we're going to struggle with the most with that team is consistency because the quarterback is not consistent. And now the head coach has to rebuild all of the things that they want to implement into this Bo Nix kid who may or may not be the franchise quarterback that they were looking for. So that's the spiel there. NFC West.
Definitely a C minus. That division all over the place.
It it is. And the reason why it's not consistent is because we got a situation where the 49ers can't close out games against lesser opponents. Seattle got a receiver that's dropping everything that don't touch his body.
Literally.
Um,
The Commanders, I mean, the Cardinals are just, I don't even know. Their defense is woo.
I don't know what to say. That's kind of why I looked away for a second because I don't know what to say about these two. It's like the Cardinals is one of them teams like they're an anomaly. They've won two games this year that they probably shouldn't have even won.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the flip side of that, it's like, oh, great. But on the other side of that, it's like,
What?
okay. So I don't know. C minus is fair.
Yeah.
So we got North, Southwest, NFC East.
Um,
I'm gonna give this division surprisingly a B. Even
okay.
though Philly has lost some tough games, I will tell you this about Philly. Philly is still a more consistent team than 90% of the NFL.
It is.
Dallas has their quarterback who is still better than 75% to 80% of the quarterbacks in the league. Problem is going to be injuries and consistency for
Yeah,
Dallas.
that's that's the problem for them and the Eagles.
But the reason why we're getting a B is because of the Commanders.
Yeah,
They're
so
the surprise team so far in the NFL. Who expected them to be where they are? I don't think anybody did.
none of us, because I had them not winning a game, probably
And
two.
then the Giants. The Giants have shocked a couple people.
They have. They like 2 and 3 and 2, 2 and 3.
Two and three. So we got a whole division that's not shocking in a bad way. And it's like, oh man, that's interesting. So I think a B is really fair. And lastly, AFC.
Jesus. They give me a D+. What?
Why are we giving it a D plus?
Because that division is I don't know. The Jets look horrible offensively. The Bills, I don't. They want Josh Allen to do everything. The Dolphins ain't got no quarterback. They down to their third string quarterback, and Tyreek Hill is stressed out. He ready to go. And the Patriots, just the Patriots. They ain't got no offense either.
So how about we just give them an F?
I take that. We can do that.
There's nothing in this division that I like. I
Nothing.
like Buffalo a little bit, but I don't like them enough to be nice to them. The Jets just fired a head coach knowing that defense wasn't the problem, but the offense was. I I don't get it. I don't get it. And I'm just not one of these people that's gonna try getting it. But it is what it is. So let's pick these couple of games and then we can pretty much get up out of here.
All right. Who you starting
Let's
with?
let's start with the Commanders and the Baltimore Ravens.
Give me the Ravens.
Okay. I think I'm gonna take the Ravens as well. I think the Ravens should be able to dominate this game. On in the line of scrimmage wise, I think the Commanders put up a little bit of a fight in the first half, but they pull away in the second half from them. So give me the Ravens. Next game we're gonna do is Detroit and the Cowboys.
Um, I struggle with this in my pickers. Give me the Lions.
I'm taking the Lions as well. Again, same thing, same point. Running the ball is important. If you can't run the ball, you're not going to be able to establish dominance at some point. And I think that's the key thing. Establishing the dominance is what they need to be focused on the most. So
Hmm.
I'm going to roll with that team for sure, which is the Lions.
He almost threw another pick. Sorry. Your boy out here
Now,
about to
as the
throw.
London game is going on, everything else like that. Um, Make sure you guys tune in tomorrow. 94 Feet of Life will be going on. They'll be live on the 94 Feet of Life channel. They are talking WNBA finals. They're talking about some free agency things. Make sure you do not miss that. Again, that is 7 Central. They will be going live. Um, let's see. Is that it? I think that may be it. Any final thoughts from you?
No.
Final thoughts for this afternoon are it's time to find our this is the time of the year where we find our identity. Identity search. Here we are. Identity search, identity search. I want to see some good football today.
Yeah, definitely want to see some good football.
We got my boy Jaquan. I'm Jerm.
We out.
See you next week.